I have created a Yugoslavian Super League in Football Manager, featuring clubs from 4 different nations to see who is the biggest club from the region. Hey, how's it going? And welcome to this Football Manager experiment video where I've created a Yugoslavian Super League. Yugoslavia split up over 20 years ago now, and from that 7 nations were formed. In this video here today though, only 4 of them are competing in the Super League. That is because I have sorted it out through reputation, and those 4 nations represented here today are Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia and Slovenia. Unfortunately, Macedonia, Kosovo and Montenegro, their teams were not really good enough. Well, they didn't meet the reputation requirement to feature in this video here today. I've got a Yugoslavian Super League and a Yugoslavian Second League. As you can see, 16 teams in both leagues, 32 in total. In the entire Yugoslavian, former Yugoslavian nations, there were 33 teams with a 2.5-star reputation or more. Unfortunately, one team had to miss out, and that was the lowest ranked of the 2.5-star teams. That was Radnički 1923 from Serbia. So apologies in advance if we've got any fans from Radnički 1923, but you just missed out on this video here today. In the Super League, got all 4 nations represented. In terms of the reputation, as I said, is sorted from reputation. The most noticeable teams of the Super League here, of course, Dinamo Zagreb of Croatia and Red Star Belgrade of Serbia. But also some really big teams here as well, such as Partizan Belgrade, also of Serbia, of course. And also Hajduk Split of Croatia are a big team. Bosnia, we've got Sarajevo in here, who are their biggest team at the moment in Bosnia. And also we've got a couple of Slovenian teams in here as well. Olimpia are the biggest, I believe, followed by Maribor as well. We've also got a couple more Bosnian teams in here as well. Bosnia actually haven't got a league in this manager, so I didn't know how it was going to work out adding the teams to the league here, but it seems like with adding the teams to the league, they actually regenerate a lot of players, and as you can see, they've pretty much got a full team, Sarajevo, along with the other Bosnian teams as well, so they can feature very nicely in the video, which is very nice, as I thought they might not at some stage. Also in the Second League, we've got plenty of other teams as well. You know, every single nation is still represented in the Second League from the 4 nations, of course, such as Dom Zali from Slovenia. We've got Istra 1961 from Croatia, I believe. We've also got some Bosnian teams in here as well, such as Velez Mostar as well. Vojvodina from Serbia. So, yeah, some decent-sized teams here in the Second League. Of course, not as well known as the Super League. And to be honest, from the Super League, I'll be very, very surprised if one of Partizan, Red Star, Dinamo or Hajduk Split are not the biggest team of the video. This league used to exist up until 1992, I believe, and the most successful team was Red Star, followed by Partizan, I believe, and then Dinamo and Hajduk Split. So the 4 big teams I've mentioned were the 4 big teams back then, and they are the big teams now as well. But I can't see past Red Star or Dinamo being the biggest of the video here today. So I'm going to go forward 50 years into the future, give it plenty of time to see will there be a dominant force in the video, but also will there be a mixed bag of winners like there was in my Scandinavian Super League, what I've just made recently, which was very interesting. So hopefully we get a mixed bag of winners in here. Also, I've created a Yugoslavian Cup as well, of course, as you can see here, Yugoslavian Cup. And also, if you can see that Red Star, the recent champions, well, many recent champions of this league. That is because I have taken over the Serbian League for the sake of this video. It's the highest rated of the former Yugoslavian countries, so I've taken over that league here today. Super League and a Second League, of course, we are focusing on the Yugoslavian Super League. Let's go forward 5 years at a time. Let's see who the early dominant force is. Well, here we are 5 years into the future, and one thing I forgot to show you was the rep rating of the teams on show here today. I don't think it's changed much since the start of the video. Dinamo and Red Star are still the only 3.5-star teams, which I think it started off as, to be honest. Maybe Partizan with 3.5 stars as well. But as you can see, the 4 big teams are still the 4 big teams. Dinamo, Red Star on top, followed closely by Hajduk and Partizan. We've also got Rijeka in here as well from Croatia, same with Osijek and Lokomotiva, all from Croatia as well. Olimpia, the highest rated Slovenian team, their 3-star reputation still, and the highest representative of Bosnia seems to be Zrinjski now with 2.5 stars, followed closely by Sarajevo as well. So who has won the league title? What teams have won the league title in the first 5 seasons. Well, first thing to say is the competition reputation started off as number 12 in Europe. It has gone up to number 11 now. It did drop down to 13th place though, but it has climbed up to 11th place. Can we see that Super League go up as high as the top 5 in Europe, or at least get very close to that by the end of the video? That would be very nice. And if you look at the past winners of the competition, well, the 2 teams I just mentioned are the 2 big ones at the start. Red Star won the first 2. Well, Red Star won the first 2 league titles in 2024 and 2025, but the last 3 years have been won by Dinamo, who have won it in 26, 27 and 28. 3 years in a row and counting for Dinamo Zagreb. So they are the early dominant force here, with 3 league titles, followed by Red Star, who have 2 league titles at the moment. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, that is a whole lot different. We've got 5 different winners of this competition. Started off with Red Star in 2024. Dinamo followed them in 2025, but neither of those teams have won it in the last 3 years. Osijek won it in 2026, followed by Rijeka in 2027, and Varazdin are the latest winners of the competition in 2028. Osijek and Rijeka are both Croatian teams, I know that. Varazdin, I'm not entirely sure where Varazdin are from. Well, Varazdin are Croatian as well, so the last 4 winners of the Yugoslavian Cup have been Croatia. Red Star have won 2 league titles and 1 Yugoslavian Cup, and Dinamo have won 3 league titles and 1 Yugoslavian Cup as well. But no winners as of yet from Slovenia or Bosnia in either competition, but plenty of time left to go in the video. 45 seasons left to go. Let's go forward now to 10 seasons in, and let's see if Dinamo can carry on their winning streak. Well, 10 seasons deep now, and in terms of the top of the rep rating, that has gone to Red Star now. They're both 3.5 stars 5 years ago, Red Star and Dinamo, but now Red Star are the biggest team in Yugoslavia, followed closely by Dinamo, and Partizan were 3.5 stars the season before, but they've dropped down to 3 stars for this season. Rijeka are the 4th biggest in the league now as well, just above Hajduk, and Olimpia and Sarajevo from Slovenia and Bosnia are starting to climb the rep rating here, so it'll be interesting to see if any of those teams have done anything in the last 5 years. Well, in terms of the Super League, it's actually jumped up to the 8th biggest league in Europe already after 10 years, so closing in on that top 5, just behind the Eredivisie and Ligue 1. So yeah, the Super League is going very well in terms of its reputation, and one team who is doing very well are Red Star Belgrade, because they have won the last 5 league titles from 2029 to 2033. Dinamo won 3 in a row after we left off in the last bit there, but Red Star have now won 5 Super Leagues in a row, 7 in total for Red Star, 3 for Dinamo. So early stages, only 10 seasons played, but the video seems to be going in one direction. That is domination for Red Star and Dinamo. Hopefully that can change later on through the video here. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, that has climbed all the way up to 13th in the Cup reputation, so that is very nice. And Red Star have actually won 3 of the last 5 Yugoslavian Cups, including 2 in a row. Dinamo have won another one in 2030, and we have our first Slovenian winner of the video here, Domzali. Or I don't know if I'm butchering the name there, to be I probably am, let's be honest, but Domzali is what I'll call them. They won it in 2031, so the first winner for Slovenia, albeit in the Yugoslavian Cup. Yet to see any winners from Bosnia in the video, but hopefully that will come. But after 10 seasons, I think it's safe to say that Red Star are the dominant force of the league. They've won 7 Super Leagues so far and 4 Yugoslavian Cups. Dinamo in second place though, winning 3 Super Leagues and 2 Yugoslavian Cups. Let's go forward now 15 years to the future. Can Red Star stretch this league winning run? Well, 15 seasons into the video now, and Red Star is still on top in terms of the reputation rating with 3.5 stars. Followed closely though by city neighbours Partizan, who have climbed up, which is nice to see. Dinamo down to 3rd place now. Still got 3.5 star reputation rating though. And look at Domzali, the first winner from Slovenia in the Cup. They're up to 4th biggest team in Yugoslavia now with 3-star reputation rating. Hajduk still lingering up in the 5th place there. Olimpia, another Slovenian, doing very well. And the highest rated Bosnian is still Sarajevo with a 3-star rep rating. In terms of the Super League though, there's only really one team in it, and that is Red Star Belgrade. They have now won 10 Super Leagues in a row. They won 5 in a row at the last bit there, and now they've won another 5 in a row to make it 10 in a row in total. Wow. Very much domination here from Red Star Belgrade in the Yugoslavian Super League. They won their 3rd in 2029, their first of the sequence, and they've won their latest in 2038. 10 in a row for them. That's 12 in total for Red Star, from the first 15 Super Leagues, and Dinamo had a little purple patch there in the mid-20s, winning 3 in a row. But other than that, it's just been completely dominated by Red Star Belgrade. Little bit surprised to see not either Partizan or Hajduk win the Super League as of yet, but Red Star just keep running away with it, it seems. It's just only one team in the Super League. The actual competition itself remains as the 8th biggest in Europe, so it hasn't climbed, but also it hasn't declined either. I'm interested to see who'd be finishing 2nd and 3rd place behind Red Star. You see there, it's just completely dominated by Red Star. Well, Domzali have actually finished 2nd 3 times. Runner-up to Red Star every single time in 2033, 2036 and 2038. So they're, of course, at the moment, Slovenia's biggest hope for a Super League title. Lokomotiva of Croatia finished in 2nd place in 2037. Interesting to see Dinamo haven't finished in the top 2 in the last 4 seasons, which is, yeah, very interesting. Partizan as well has only finished runner-up twice in 2030 and 2032. As you can see here, though, the early stages was just dominated by Red Star and Dinamo. Both of them finished in the top 2 for the first 6 seasons before Partizan finished runner-up in 2030. But it seems like Dinamo are falling down a little bit, down to 3rd biggest in the league as of now, and finished 3rd place this season as well. Domzali are certainly climbing. Could they be the biggest threat to Red Star in the video at the moment, or is that Partizan? Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, Red Star have won 2 more of those as well, making it 4 in a row from 2032 to 2035. Domzali won their 2nd Yugoslavian Cup in 2036. Dinamo won it again in 2037 for the 3rd time, I believe. And we have another winner. That is Istra 1961 of Croatia. They have won the most recent Yugoslavian Cup, beating Olympia in the final, Slovenia 1-0. But yeah, I think it's safe to say there's only really one dominant force at the moment. That is Red Star Belgrade. They've won 12 Yugoslavian Super Leagues, and they've also won 6 Yugoslavian Cups as well. So 18 trophies in 15 seasons for Red Star so far, which is quite incredible. Dinamo have won 3 Super Leagues, and they've also won 3 Yugoslavian Cups as well. So they still are in 2nd place, of course. And after that point, Domzali have won 2 Yugoslavian Cups, so Domzali in 3rd place. But Red Star completely running away with things at the moment, 15 years deep. Can we see a new dominant force in the next 5 years? Can Dinamo make it back to the top, or can we see anything from Partizan Belgrade? Well, 20 seasons deep now. We have a lot of teams on a 3.5-star rep rating now, so I'm hoping that some team has knocked Red Star off the top. They still are officially the biggest team in Yugoslavia with 3.5-star at the top there. Followed closely by Slovenia's Domzali, though, which is very nice to see. Hopefully Domzali have won a Super League in the last 5 years. They've already won 2 Yugoslavian Cups. Partizan are yet to win anything in the video. They are sitting in 3rd place, followed by Dinamo, who keep falling down ever so slowly here. Down to the 4th biggest now, still 3.5 stars though. And then Hajduk and Rijeka, 2 more Croatian teams, make up the top 6 here. Sarajevo still the biggest Bosnian team, but yet to make it up to 3.5 stars. And Olympia, another Slovenia team, in 7th biggest reputation there as well. But Red Star are still on top, but there's 6 teams now with a 3.5-star reputation rating here. So hopefully someone has stopped Red Star's winning streak. Well, I may have hoped for someone to stop Red Star's winning streak, but it hasn't happened. Somehow it hasn't happened, and this is quite incredible now, really. Red Star have won 15 Super League titles in a row. 15 in a row. That is utterly ridiculous. With a league with Partizan and Dinamo Zagreb in it, you would not expect Red Star to win 15 league titles in a row, but they have done that. They started the sequence in 2029, and their latest win has been in 2043. Well, apart from Dinamo's little spurge, as I mentioned before, 3 in a row, it's just been dominated by Red Star. 17 league titles out of 20 seasons so far for Red Star. It's been such a domination, it'll be hard to see any team win more Super Leagues than them from the video here. Only 30 more seasons to go. We need to see something incredible, something even more incredible domination from another team to not see Red Star be the biggest of the video with 30 seasons to go. So that is how big their domination has been. Unfortunately, the league has dropped down to 9th place, but it's still sitting in the top 10 in Europe here. But can it get close to the top 5? We shall see. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, Red Star haven't won that in the last 5 years, and only 2 teams have won it. Some big domination in the Yugoslavian Cup. Hajduk Split have won it 3 times, twice in a row, in 2039, 2040, and in 2042. And Olympia of Slovenia have won it 2 of the last 3 seasons as well, in 2041 and 2043. I think that's both their first competition wins of the video. It is. So Hajduk, a massive team in Croatia, of course. I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying they're the second biggest in Croatia. Maybe I'm wrong. But they've won three Yugoslavian Cups now in the last 5 years. Yet to win the Super League, of course, but nice to see them win something. And Olimpia from Slovenia, who are arguably Slovenia's biggest club in real life, have won it twice as well after Domžale. Unfortunately, Bosnia have still yet to win a competition in the video. Slovenia, of course, have chipped in with 5 Yugoslavian Cups so far. And also, Partizan are yet to win a competition in 20 seasons, which is utterly ridiculous, really. And Dinamo haven't won a competition in the last 6 seasons. So the other 2 big teams of the video here, well, the other 2 big teams of Yugoslavia, Dinamo and Partizan, aren't really doing much to rival Red Star Belgrade. Nice to see Hajduk Split win some Yugoslavian Cups, and also Olimpia as well. But 20 seasons in, it's just been an absolute, utter domination from Red Star Belgrade. Can we see something change 25 seasons deep? Well, 25 seasons deep, and it's not looking very good for the other teams of the video here, because we have our first 4-star reputation team of the video, and surprise, surprise, who it is. It is Red Star Belgrade. Interestingly, though, they've got a 4-star reputation rating, but their only reputation is national, which is very bizarre. I thought 4-star was guaranteed to be a continental reputation, but apparently isn't. But anyway, Red Star way out in top now with a 4-star rep rating. Followed closely in second place by Rijeka of Croatia with a 3.5 stars, and Dinamo are only good enough to be the 3rd biggest Croatian team of the video now, which is very surprising. To be honest, there's a lot of 3.5 star rated Croatian teams here in Rijeka, Hajduk, Dinamo and Lokomotiva. Also, Olimpia are now the biggest Slovenian team with a 3.5 star reputation, overtaking Domžale, and Partizan down in 7th place in terms of the biggest team of Yugoslavia, or the former Yugoslavian teams here. And Sarajevo up with a 3.5 star reputation for the first time in 8th place. Domžale have fallen down a little bit, it has to be said. Only a 3-star reputation rating from them. But we've got every nation represented in the top 8 biggest teams here of Yugoslavia. So hopefully they can start winning some competition, especially Bosnia, who are yet to win a competition yet. But only 2 teams won the Super League so far in Red Star and Dinamo. Has that changed in the last 5 years? Well, domination is still continuing from Red Star, it has to be said, but one team has managed to stop them. It's a Croatian team, but not the team you're thinking of. It is Rijeka. Rijeka have stopped Red Star in the 2045 season by winning their first Yugoslavian Super League. Red Star did make it 16 league titles in a row though, win it in 2044. Also, they have won it 3 years in a row since Rijeka won the solitary title in 2045, but at least someone finally stopped Red Star. That is the main thing, but it seems like Red Star are back, and back with a bang, since they got a 4-star reputation rating now. But Rijeka thankfully stopped them in 2045, but after 25 seasons, Red Star have won 21 league titles. The other 4 won by Croatian teams, 3 from Dinamo and 1 from Rijeka. Nice to see another winner though of the Super League, but I think it's safe to say that Red Star will go down as the biggest team of the video here. Before we go any further as well though guys, please remember that if you do like this video, to hit that like button for me, and if you're new around here, you want to see more videos like this, do hit that subscribe button. It really helped me out and much appreciated. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, Red Star have won 2 more of the Yugoslavian Cups in 2045 and 2046. Hajduk have won their 4th in 2047. I think Lokomotiva have won their first cup as well in 2048. And we have our first winner from Bosnia. Sarajevo have won the Yugoslavian Cup in 2044. So at least we've seen a winner from every single nation here in the video represented. That is nice to see. Unfortunately, that did not happen in the Scandinavian Super League I created, as Finland did not win a competition in that video. But Sarajevo with a win there, that's very nice. Red Star, obviously not dominating the Cup, nowhere near as much as they're dominating the Super League, but they are still the biggest winners of that competition as well. And also, if you're wondering why I haven't shown you anything to do with Europe so far, that is because no team has even reached the final in any of the European competitions to date. Actually, I say that, but in the last 5 years, a team has reached the European final. That is Hajduk Split. have reached the final in 2046 of the Europa Conference League, losing to FC Köln of Germany, unfortunately. But we have our first team in a European final, and that is Hajduk Split. Unfortunately, Red Star can't do much in Europe because they are playing in the Champions League pretty much every single season, seeing as they just batter the Yugoslavian Super League here. And we know how hard the Champions League is to win. And of course, from the start of the video, well, start of FootballManager here, you don't drop down into the Europa League anymore if you qualify directly for the Champions League. So Red Star have a big task to win anything in Europe unless they start falling down from the Super League. So 25 years played. We have thankfully seen our third winner of the Super League in Rijeka of Croatia. We've also seen our first team in the European final in Hajduk, also of Croatia. But Red Star Belgrade continue to absolutely dominate the Super League, winning 21 out of the first 25 Super League titles. Well, 30 years deep now, and Red Star is still on top, unfortunately. Still got a 4-star rep rating, the only team to achieve that so far. They've now got a rep rating of the Continental as well, which is nice to see. Rijeka still in second place, Lokomotiv up there in third place, and Dinamo now only good enough to be the 4th biggest Croatian team. So they've really fallen off a cliff, Dinamo. They're still in the top 5. Partizan have grown slightly over the last 5 years, but not doing a great representation of themselves, it has to be said. Borac up to 7th biggest with a 3.5-star reputation. I'm pretty sure they're Bosnian, Borac. Yeah, they're definitely Bosnian, as you can see from their rivals here in Sarajevo and Željeznica. So Borac are our new biggest Bosnian team, followed closely though by Sarajevo. And unfortunately, we haven't got a Slovenian team with a 3.5-star reputation. Domžale, the biggest though, 3-star, as are Maribor as well. Where on earth have Olympia gone? Well, Olympia have really fallen off a cliff down there with a 2.5-star reputation, way down, which is very surprising to see. Former winners of the Yugoslavian Cup, of course, but Red Star still seem to be on top. Rijeka did win their first Super League title not too long ago. Have they won another one? Have anyone stopped Red Star? Well, no they haven't. No they haven't. Red Star won 16 league titles in a row before Rijeka stopped them, and since then they have now won 8 league titles in a row. So they've actually won 24 of the last 25 Super League titles, which is just absolutely mind-blowing, to be honest. They've now won 26 of the first 30 Super Leagues, so it's official. No one can actually beat them in the video. No one can beat them in the video. Even if Dinamo managed to win 20 in a row, that would only meet 23, and Red Star already have 26 Super Leagues. So yeah, I think Red Star are trying to tell us that they are the biggest team from the former Yugoslavia, and FootballManager, it's making a good case for it, to be honest. 8 years in a row now, 26 in total, and 24 of the last 25 league titles have gone to Red Star, who have been finishing in second place the last 5 years. Well, Borac of the Bosnian teams have finished runner-up of the last 2 seasons. That's very interesting. Before that was Lokomotiv of the last 2 seasons, and Rijeka back in 2049 as well. Interestingly enough, Dinamo have not finished in the top 2 since 2043, and they haven't finished in the top 3 since 2046. Also, Partizan haven't finished in the top 2 since 2040, although this season they did finish in 3rd place. But very surprised not to see Partizan at least chip in with 1 Super League title of the video here. Arguably the 3rd biggest club of the former Yugoslavian team, so very surprised how poor they've been. Hajduk not won the Super League yet either, but at least they've won 4 Yugoslavian Cups so far. But yeah, Red Star just keep dominating the video here. Just utter domination from them. Absolutely ridiculous. Wow, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, Partizan have won their first competition of the video. It only took them 30 years to do it, but they have finally won something. They won the Yugoslavian Cup in 2053. Red Star won it twice in a row before them. Hajduk won it for the 5th time in 2050, and Rijeka won it as well in 2049. Well, 30 years deep, we know no one can stop Red Star in winning the Super League here, but can we see that next big team, that next dominant force of the video? Dinamo had their little spurt very early on with 3 in a row. It started off very interesting, actually. 2 for Red Star, 3 for Dinamo. I thought it could be a battle for those 2 throughout the entire video, but Dinamo, well, they haven't done anything since then, basically, and Red Star have just blown everyone else away, winning 26 Super Leagues out of the first 30 seasons, which is unbelievable. Will they still dominate, though, 35 years into the future? Well, 35 years into the future, and the same old story going on here. Red Star is still top of the rep rating with 4-star and Continental. Hajduk are now the second biggest team though, followed by Partizan and Rijeka. Sarajevo, the biggest Bosnian team again now, up there in 5th place. So Sarajevo seem to be climbing the Super League here. And Dinamo Zagreb, all the way down there in what, 10th position? Sorry, 11th position, Dinamo, with only a 3-star reputation rating now. So what on earth has happened to them? I have no idea, but they are way down, not even close to rivaling Red Star as the biggest club in the Super League now. So yeah, very surprising from Dinamo Zagreb, has to be said. Also, Olimpia have climbed up. They're up to 3 stars now as well. They're climbing up again. Nice to see Slovenian represented in the top 10 here again. Sarajevo, the biggest Bosnian team in the top 5. Partizan, 3rd biggest as well. But Dinamo, well, what on earth has happened to them? Well, Red Star continued to dominate. 4 out of 5 of the last Super Leagues won for them. I don't even know how many won in a row again, to be honest. I think it must have been 10 in a row for Red Star, but yeah, it's just too many to count, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. But most important thing is, a Bosnian team have won the Super League for the first time, which is very nice. Our 3rd nation winning the Super League. Only Slovenia yet to win the Super League now. And Borac have won it in 2056. Bit surprised to see them win it from Bosnia, to be honest. I was expecting either Sarajevo or maybe Zeljesnica, but Borac have won it from Bosnia in 2056. So at least someone else has stopped Red Star again. I think it was 10 in a row for Red Star. Yeah, it was 10 in a row for Red Star. They've won 16 in a row, of course. That is their record, and they were chasing that down, but Borac managed to stop them in 2056. But of course, same old story. Red Star won it 2 years in a row after that point. So I've kind of lost count now. Borac, Rijeka won it once, and Dinamo won it 3 times. So yeah, out of the 35 years played, Red Star have won 30 of the league titles now. So yeah, unbelievable from them. Partizan are still yet to win the Super League, nor have Hajduk as well. Dinamo's time seems to be over, let's be honest, but at least they did win 3 early on, 3 in a row, but very disappointing from that point onwards. In terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, well, Borac are certainly big players in the league now. They have won the Yugoslavian Cup the latest year. Radnik have won their first competition in 2057. I'm pretty sure they're Serbian. Maybe wrong though. I am wrong because they're a Bosnian team, Radnik. So the last 2 years of the Yugoslavian Cup have been won by Bosnian teams in Borac and Radnik. A Slovenian team won the Cup again, which is nice. Domžale won it for the 4th time, I believe. Early on, they won it 3 times. They won it in 2056. And Red Star won it 2 years in a row in 2054 and 2055. So nice to see Bosnia win the Super League, or a Bosnian team win the Super League for the first time. So now we've got 3 teams who have won the Super League. Only 15 more years to go. Can a Slovenian team win the Super League? I don't think it's completely out of the question. I've had 3 different winners from Slovenia, I think, or 2 maybe, who have won the Yugoslavian Cup. So it can be done. It's going to take a lot to stop Red Star, but we have seen they can be stopped. 3 other teams have won the Super League, but 30 out of 45 years for Red Star. Can we still see another late dominant force of the video? Let's find out. Well, 40 years deep now and same old story. Getting a bit boring now with Red Star here. Red Star top with 4-star rep rating with continental rating as well. Partizan, though, have made a little bit of a comeback, has to be said. They're now the 2nd biggest team in the Yugoslavian Super League with 3.5 star, followed by Hajduk and Rijeka. Borac, still the biggest Bosnian team. Sarajevo have fallen down quite a lot, to be honest. Radnik, the 2nd biggest Bosnian team there, just behind Borac there. The biggest Slovenian team is now Maribor with 3-star reputation. And look at the state of Dinamo. All the way down there, below teams such as Slaven Belupo, Selja, Kukuriki as well. Way down Dinamo Zagreb. Below 2 Yugoslavian 2nd league teams in terms of reputation. So they've probably been relegated at some point as well. They have been relegated. They got relegated in 2055. They did get promoted straight back to the league, but as you can see, they are just not a serious player in the league at all anymore, which is very surprising because they've got very good facilities and they are Croatia's biggest team. So yeah, very surprising to see how poorly Dinamo Zagreb have been doing it. They keep falling down in the video. Started off very slowly early on, but now look how far down they are in terms of the biggest teams in the former Yugoslavia here. And yeah, probably not going to win another competition on the video, to be honest. Red Star still the biggest in terms of reputation, but we have seen them be stopped. Have Partizan been the team to stop them? Wow, they are. They have been, sorry. Partizan have stopped them. In 2062, they won their first Super League. Partizan finally in the video. Saw them win the Cup for the first time not too long ago. They have now won a Super League. Also, Rijeka have won their 2nd of the video as well, which is nice to see. Just behind Dinamo now as Croatia's biggest team of the Super League. Red Star have only won 3 out of the last 5 Super League, so that's very interesting. Still the biggest team, of course, still won the most of the last 5 seasons, but Rijeka and Partizan have both stopped them in the last 5 years. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, 5 different winners in the last 5 years. Partizan have won that for the 2nd time, and the third competition of the video. Are they making a late surge here, Partizan, to get 2nd place in terms of the biggest team of the last 50 years? Interesting to see what they'll do the last 10 seasons on this point. Red Star have won it again in 2060. Lokomotiva won it again in 2061. Borac have won it for the 2nd time in 2062. They're making a late surge to be the biggest, 2nd biggest team in Yugoslavia as well, winning 1 Super League and 2 Cups now. And Rijeka have won it in 2063. So yeah, we know who the biggest team are now of the video. That's a given. That's been done for a long time now. Red Star, but interesting little battle here for 2nd place. Well, 1st place has clearly been won by Red Star in the video. I think that's safe to say. But the battle for 2nd place is definitely on. Dinamo are still the 2nd biggest of the video. They've won 3 Super Leagues and 3 Cups, albeit they haven't won one for about 20 years now. But still in 2nd place with 6 total trophies. But in joint 3rd place, we have 2 more teams, 2 more Croatian teams on 5 trophies won. Rijeka would say they're slightly above Hajduk because Rijeka have won 2 Super Leagues and 3 Yugoslavian Cups. And Hajduk are yet to win a Super League, but they have won 5 Yugoslavian Cups. So yeah, the race is certainly on for 2nd place, who will be the 2nd biggest team of the video. And also we've got late spurts here from both Partizan and Borac from Bosnia. So although Red Star have won the video, that is for sure, who will get 2nd place by the end. 45 years into the future now, and Red Star are still top. 4-star reputation still top of the list here. Partizan and Hajduk in 2nd and 3rd place, followed by Rijeka and Borac. And look at Dinamo, not quite at their height, it has to be said, but they really have climbed the reputation here in the last 5 years, up to 6th place now. So Dinamo could be making a late spurge here. We shall see about that. Biggest Bosnian team is, of course, Borac, still Sarajevo, not doing much these days, it has to be said. And the biggest Slovenian team are Maribor now, who are a 3.5-star reputation team. Also, Vojvodina of Serbia up here, 3.5-star reputation as well. Same with Osijek and Lokomotiva as well. Well, in terms of the Super League, not too long ago, Rijeka and Partizan both stopped Red Star, but Red Star have made it 6 league titles in a row again. So Red Star firmly back on top. Well, they've been on top the entire video, haven't they, really, apart from a few seasons. But 6 in a row again there for Red Star. The league as well dropped way down to 11th place in the reputation, which is not very nice. But back in the top 10 in 2067. So firmly a top 10 league, this one. But I think it's genuinely impossible now to reach the top 5. But did reach as high as 8th place in the biggest competition in Europe. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, Dinamo have won another competition for the first time in absolutely ages. I think their last win was in the Cup, and that was way back in 2037. So, yeah, 31 years without a competition won for Dinamo, which is quite incredible. But they have won it again in 2068, beating Hajduk in the final as well. Talking of Hajduk, they haven't won a Super League yet, but they've won the Cup for the 6th time. Lokomotiva won it as well again. Red Star as well have won it in 2065. And Slaven Belupo, also of Croatia, won their first competition in 2064. So the race for 2nd place is heating up between Dinamo and Hajduk. Dinamo up to 7 wins in total now, and Hajduk with 6 Yugoslavian Cups. Rijeka haven't won a competition in the last 5 years, so 5 more seasons to go. Who will be the 2nd biggest of the video? Will it be Dinamo or Hajduk, or will it be another team? Well, here we are now at the end of the video, 50 years played, and no surprise to see who are still top of the reputation. Red Star completely dominated by them, the video, still with that 4-star reputation, so they kept their 4 stars for a long time as well, which is very nice. Osijek are now the 2nd biggest team of the video, also of Croatia with 3.5 stars, followed by Hajduk and Dinamo. Partizan down to 5th place now, still with a 3.5-star reputation though. We've also got Lokomotiva, Rijeka, Vojvodina, Maribor and Domžale with a 3.5-star reputation. So 2 Slovenian teams rated 3.5 stars, and Borac have fallen down, unfortunately, down to 3 stars, as are Sarajevo as well. So unfortunately no Bosnian team with a 3.5-star reputation or above, but 2 Slovenian teams, 3 Serbian teams I believe, and also 5 Croatian teams. Unfortunately, no other team could win the Super League again. Hajduk never won the Super League, unfortunately. Partizan won it for only one time in 2062. Dinamo won it 3 times early on in a row, but Red Star just completely dominated it. They've won it again for, what, 11 years in a row now. How many wins has it been for Red Star in the Super League then? It's much easier to count the other teams who have won the Super League than counting Red Star's wins. Partizan have won it once, of course. Rijeka have won it twice. Borac once as well. And Dinamo 3 times. So 43 out of 50 Super League titles have gone to Red Star. I wouldn't expect Red Star to be the biggest team. Well, along with Dinamo, one of those two to be the biggest team in the video. But I never thought any team, even Red Star, would win it 43 times out of 50 years. It's kind of ridiculous. I think their most in a row was 16 in this period here, but they also won it 10 in a row, I believe, 11 in a row. It's just utterly ridiculous. Red Star with 43 Super Leagues to their name then. Dinamo in second place with 3 Super Leagues to their name, all in a row though in the 2020s. Didn't win it again after that point. Also interesting enough, after 5 seasons, Dinamo was the biggest club, winning 3 times, Red Star with 2. So yeah, amazing how poorly they've done since then. They've had a late little spurge, Dinamo, but haven't been nowhere near at their best, has to be said. Rijeka won it 3rd amount of time with 2 times in 2060 and 2045, and Partizan won it once with 2062, and Borac, the only Bosnian team to win it in 2056. Unfortunately, no Slovenian team managed to win the competition. Domžale finished runner-up a few times early on, I believe. Yeah, 4 times runner-up for Domžale. I don't think any other Slovenian team finished in the top 2, but at least the Bosnian team won it in Borac, and also Sarajevo finished 2nd place in 2070 as well. But Red Star firmly the dominating force in the Super League. 43 out of 50 wins for them. Well, in terms of the Yugoslavian Cup, Vojvodina won that in 2069. Nice to see that from them. That's their first win in the video, I believe, and I think they are the 3rd biggest team in Serbia. Maybe I'm wrong. Maribor won it as well in 2070 from Slovenia. Very nice to see. Hajduk won it 2 more times in 2071 and 2073, and Osijek won it again in 2072 as well. So how many times did Hajduk win it in total then? 1, 2. Well, Hajduk Split actually won the Yugoslavian Cup 8 times in the video. Dinamo won 7 trophies in total, 3 Super Leagues and 4 cups. Can we give Hajduk the second place in the video, being that they never won the Super League of the video? I don't know really. At least Dinamo won the Super League and the Cup, but Hajduk, brilliant in the Yugoslavian Cup, winning that 8 times, but never won a Super League. But in total, in terms of trophies, Hajduk in 2nd place with 8 in total, albeit they're all Yugoslavian Cups, and Dinamo in 3rd place with 3 Super Leagues and 4 Yugoslavian Cups. But out in 1st place, of course, Red Star with 43 Super Leagues. How many cups did Red Star win? Well, Red Star did not win the Yugoslavian Cup nowhere near as many times as the Super League. They won 14 cups, though, in 50 years, so still good going from them, but the gap is much closer in the Cup. Hajduk won 8 cups, and Red Star won 14. But in total, Red Star won 57 trophies in 50 years. They won 43 Super Leagues and 14 Yugoslavian Cups. Way out in front of the video. Hajduk in 2nd place with 8 trophies won in total, all Yugoslavian Cups. And Dinamo in 3rd place with 3 Super Leagues and 4 Yugoslavian Cups. Partizan, by the way, they won only 3 trophies in total in the video, 1 Super League and 2 cups. So yeah, very disappointing from them. But the gap from 1st place to 2nd place is just absolutely mind-blowing. We know Red Star are a big team, but I expected the gap to be a lot closer than that between them and Dinamo, or maybe Partizan or Hajduk Split. But Red Star absolutely dominated the video here today. Did any other team get to a European final? As I said, it's very hard for Red Star since they're playing in the Champions League pretty much every single season. But yeah, unfortunately, no other team reached the European final. So I think it's safe to say that Hajduk will go down as the 2nd biggest team in the video. They didn't win a Super League, but they did win 8 cups, and they're also the only team to reach a European final in 2046, losing to Cologne. So it would be nice to see them win 1 Super League at least. Hajduk, Partizan won 1 Super League, and Dinamo won 3, of course. But yeah, the story of the video is, of course, Red Star Belgrade. Would this be correct though? I don't think so. I don't think Red Star will be that dominant in the Super League. They might be the biggest team over the 50 years. Of course they might be. But to win 43 out of the Super League series, absolutely ridiculous from them. Absolutely dominated the video. What more to say really? Dinamo fell off a cliff, but they made a little late spurge towards the end. But Partizan, very disappointing as well. At least we saw every single nation win a competition in the video. Unfortunately, no Slovenian team could win the Super League. I thought Slovenian teams were a little bit stronger than the Bosnian teams, to be honest, so a bit surprised about that. Borac won one Super League, of course, which is very nice for them. But yeah, Red Star, way above the rest. 43 Super Leagues out of 50. And they also won 14 cups as well, winning 57 trophies out of 50 years. So that is the end of this video, guys. If you like these sort of videos, do give me some recommendations down in the comments below. Let me know what other Super League you want me to create. I've got my own ideas coming up, but I'd like to see your ideas as well. That'd be very interesting. There'll be other Super Leagues coming very shortly as well, so keep an eye out for that. So that is the end of this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please remember to hit that like button if you like the video, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this from me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.